It was late, too late, when Alice moved into the old house. Her job had transferred her to a small town with a name no one could pronounce, and there, nestled between overgrown trees and fog, was the house she rented. It was cheap, too cheap, and the kind of place you'd only expect to find in stories. Yet desperate for a place to stay, Alice took it. The house was once beautiful, but years of neglect had left it decaying. The walls groaned, and the floorboards creaked with every step, like they were whispering secrets to anyone willing to listen. It wasn't the kind of place that invited comfort. It was the kind of place that made you feel like someone, something, was always watching you. At night, the wind howled through the cracks, like a mournful, forgotten cry. But Alice, she didn't believe in ghosts. Not yet. The first night was quiet, too quiet. Alice sat in her living room, unpacking the few boxes she had, trying to ignore the chill that seemed to settle into her bones. The air felt thick, almost suffocating. As she unpacked, she noticed a strange thing. There were marks on the walls, faint, as if someone had dragged their fingers across the paint. It was subtle. At first, she thought it was just dirt, but when she got closer, she saw the truth. The marks were long, deep scratches, like claws, but Alice, still rational, shrugged it off. Old houses do strange things, she thought. Maybe it was just settling. But then, as she prepared to go to bed, she heard it, the unmistakable sound of whispering. It was faint, but unmistakable, as if someone or something was standing in the room with her, speaking just below the level of hearing. She bolted up, heart racing, but the house was empty. The whispers, gone. Was it the wind? She couldn't be sure. The second night, the whispers returned, but this time, they were louder. Not just faint words in the dark, but full sentences. Alice tried to sleep, pulling the covers over her head, hoping it would go away, but the whispering grew louder, coming from the far corners of the room. Come closer, you're not alone. She sat up, shaking, her heart pounding. She turned on the lamp beside her bed. Nothing, but the room felt colder, much colder. Her breath fogged in front of her. The shadows in the corner of the room seemed darker than before. She reached for her phone, checking the time. It was 2:03 a.m., and then she saw it, a figure standing in the corner. It wasn't a person, at least not in the way Alice understood people. This figure was tall, its features blurred, shifting, as if it didn't want to be seen clearly. Its face was a void, a blackness that stretched out like a mouth, waiting to swallow her whole. Alice froze. She couldn't move, couldn't scream. The figure was there, just standing, not moving a muscle. Its presence filled the room like a heavy, suffocating fog. And then it spoke. "I've been waiting for you." Alice's heart dropped into her stomach. The voice wasn't human. It was distorted, like static on a broken radio, but there was no mistaking it. She was not alone. Panic clawed at Alice's throat. She turned, stumbling over the blankets, trying to escape. She ran down the stairs, through the living room, straight to the door, but it wouldn't open. It was locked, from the inside. Her breath was ragged, her pulse quickening. When it hit her, the realization, she wasn't just in a house, she was in its prison. Alice remembered the rumors, the ones she had heard in passing. The house had been built years ago, but before that, it had been a place of horrors, a place where people disappeared. No one ever spoke of it openly, but everyone knew the house was cursed, haunted by those who never left, those who were still waiting. And now, Alice was one of them. The lights flickered, then went out completely. The whispers turned into laughter, distorted and cruel. She could feel the cold breath of the figure on her neck, its presence suffocating her. "You will stay, like the others, forever," Alice screamed, her voice lost in the darkness. She turned to face the figure once more, her legs weak, her hands trembling, and in that moment, she understood. The house had chosen her. She had become part of its story, another lost soul that would haunt its walls. Suddenly, everything went silent. The house, the laughter, the figure, all gone. But Alice knew the truth. The house had claimed her, and now she was the watcher in the dark. And so Alice became a part of the house. But that's the thing about places like this. Once you step inside, you never really leave. So next time you find yourself in an old house, in the middle of nowhere, just remember, there's always someone waiting, watching, listening, and sometimes they don't want to be found. Subscribe for more terrifying stories, if you dare.